So a lot of times this is said to me, the real Secret Service, and I say yes, the real Secret Service. Because people see things on TV, they have their idea of what the Secret Service is. There are two phases in an agent's career. The first phase involves investigations. So initially I was assigned to the counterfeit squad in the first field office I was in, and now I'm in the protective phase. And during this phase I've had the opportunity to work with President Bush in Dallas. That assignment led me to Washington, D.C., where I worked with President Obama, President Trump and his family. And then I had a plainclothes assignment while I was in D.C. So I was able to grow the beard and had the hair. Currently, I'm still in the protective phase as I assist President Carter right now. I had read that the Secret Service traveled all over the world, and I don't think you really can understand that until you have the opportunity to do that. And then you find yourself looking out over a cliff in Ireland and you'll say, man, I would never be here if it wasn't for this job. A few months later, I'm in Vietnam. I would never go to Vietnam if it wasn't for this job. And then travel this great country, and I would take the time and would be remiss if I didn't to tell you that this is a beautiful country. To be able to see the things I've been able to see and travel. Sitting on Air Force One is really cool, but being able to travel has been the best part of the job. The biggest thing working in the Secret Service that I had to learn and have taken from this job has been the dedication of other law enforcement. And having been a police officer before was probably the best thing that ever happened to me before I took this job. Because when I ask another police officer to do something, most of the time that I ask them to do something, I had done that myself. The dedication of the men and women in law enforcement across this country has really just confirmed that there are still good people in this country. And without the assistance of local law enforcement, we couldn't do this job.
This is the point that athletic director Leon Hammond realized he'd walked into more than just a leadership meeting in the library. You see, he needs a life-saving kidney transplant, and he's just read that Alan Reeves standing next to him is a match.
People have asked, well, why did you do it? And I said, people in law enforcement generally have an idea that they want to try to help people. Just knowing that he's going to have a better quality of life and have more time with his children and with his family, it's going to be worth all the issues and struggles that I may have had personally in this process. But I'm very thankful that I've had the opportunity to get out and speak about it. And since we've started this, there have been other people that have come forward and said they're going to get involved and they're going to try to help. So as life has, sometimes you get involved and you help somebody and then it gives somebody else the hope to try to do the same thing. And with my children, that was one of the biggest reasons I got involved, that I wanted my kids to know that life should be more than just about yourself. And if you can help somebody and you're physically able to do that, then why not give it a shot? So I did a lot of research and I Googled Georgia College. It came up on U.S. News that it was highly rated and that it was very affordable. With a wife and several kids, I decided that was something I really wanted to look into. And as I started looking at the criminal justice program, there was tons of positive comments on there. And so I just naturally felt like this was the best place for me to go. I'm a better student now than I was when I was in my 20s. And I read better, I'm a little bit more disciplined. I don't pick up the cliff notes like I used to. At this point, I really had a chance to learn things that I was doing before, but now I understand it. So it's been a better experience as an older person to be able to do this. And I'm surprised to see there are a lot of other students in my class that are older, and people are taking that opportunity to go back to school at an older age. The process was very straightforward. When I reached out to the admissions department, they were very helpful. Within a relatively short period of time, I made it through the process and was very happy that people were willing to answer the phone when I called. I've had a very good experience with taking the online classes, and that allows you to have a life and to be able to do something. And as long as you're committed to putting time aside to do it, it can be done. And having the opportunity to do things virtually makes all the difference in the world. The professors have been very responsive. If I've had an opportunity to reach out to them and say, hey, I had a work conflict, can I work with you on this assignment? And they've all been very responsive. I would encourage anybody who's older and is hesitant to look at going to graduate school that there are opportunities out there. And Georgia College has allowed me to have a full-time job and to go back to school, and it's been an awesome experience.